So you're thinking about moving to Toronto? In today's video, we're going to be talking about the pros and cons of living in the neighborhood of High Park in Toronto. So let's get started. If this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything about living and moving to Toronto, then you're definitely going to want to hit that subscribe button and hit that bell notification so that you will be the first to know about the current market here in Toronto. My name is Amanda Azarito, and we get calls and emails daily from people just like you who are looking to make that move to Toronto, and we absolutely love it. So whether you're looking to move in 9 days or 90 days, you're definitely going to want to click on that link in the description box so you can fill out our call form so we can set up a call so we can help you make that smooth move to Toronto. So let's get started with today's video. So first, let's get started with the cons, and then we'll talk about the pros next. Con number one is going to be traffic. When it comes to transportation, you have all the different options for sure, which is great about this area. You have access to subway, buses, of course, driving and all of that. Now, if you are a driver and you are planning to drive in the city, there is going to be traffic, especially during peak hours. And in this area of High Park, especially on Bloor Street. Now, the reason why traffic has been coming so bad on Bloor Street is because now they have new bike lanes, which just made it harder for drivers because now there's just one lane for drivers, which is why it takes longer to get to places and things like that. So it's not so good if you're a driver, but if you do like to bike around the city, then I guess it's a good thing, right? So it just depends based off of the way that you prefer to transport. But at the end of the day, during peak hours, Bloor Street does get quite busy with traffic. Con number two is going to be the cost of living. So because this area is such a desirable area, very close to a lot of amenities, it is higher in price point compared to other neighborhoods in Toronto. The average price home in this area is about $1.5 million. So it's not going to be the cheapest area in Toronto, that's for sure. So that's the reason why this is con number two. Con number three is going to be the fact that it gets crowded during peak hours and peak seasons. The park and nearby attractions do get crowded more on weekends and usually during events. So if there's some sort of event that's happening in that area or in the park, it usually will be more crowded than usual. I would say especially during like the spring cherry blossom season, if you're planning to go during that time, there will be a lot of crowds. Now, the plus to this one is that during the week, it is extremely peaceful. There is not a lot of people there at all. So you're definitely going to find many times throughout the week where it is very peaceful and quiet and not a lot of people. But there are going to be certain peak times when there will be more crowds. The last con is the distance to downtown. Now, High Park is not that far away from downtown, but because of the amount of traffic in the downtown area, it could take a while for you to get from High Park area to the core, the heart of the city. If that's something that you're looking to be mostly in downtown core, then it will take you a little bit of time traffic wise. Now, if you're planning to use other forms of transportation like subway, bus, things of that nature, it will not take long at all because downtown core ultimately is not that far away. I'll show you the map right here so you can kind of see the distance. But overall, not that far, but can be far if you're driving. So now that we got the cons out of the way, let's get to the pros. Pro number one is green spaces. There are tons of parks all around the area. Of course, the biggest one being High Park, which spans 400 acres. There is so much to do at High Park. You could go on trails, you can go see the zoo, you can go to the pond. There is like something for everyone at this park. And of course, it's a haven for people who love the nature. So this part of the city is super popular because of High Park and all the other parks that are around this area. It truly is a great escape from the busy city. To be able to have that mix of nature and city is truly special. Pro number two is going to be the diverse housing options that this area has. So this area offers a mix of housing options, whether it's Victoria homes, townhouses, residential homes, apartments, condos, or even trendy lofts. This area literally has it all. These houses range in price point depending on the type of home, of course, and then what part of Hyde Park are they in, right? So that matters as well. So it will give for different people based off different budgets. Pro number 3 is the vibrant local scene. Bloor Street is the commercial heart of this area, and there's so much to do on Bloor Street. So whether you are a foodie or you just like to shop or you like to check out different cafe shops, this is going to be a great place for you. There are so many different places to check out, to hang out with friends, grab a coffee, and shop around. Pro number 4 is the transit accessibility. Like I mentioned, transportation here is so good because along Bloor Street, you have, of course, bus routes, and all around the park, there's bus routes to get to and from different parts of the city to this area of Hyde Park. And so there's lots of subways, there's lots of buses, of course, there's parking for people that drive, and you can drive. And the great thing is too, right beside south of the park is a highway. So this is really good for people who need highway access to get in and out of the city as well. Or if you're a traveler and you live in this area, it's really good to be beside a highway so that you can get easily to the airport as well. Pro number 5 is it is a peaceful and fun environment. Because of Hyde Park, like I mentioned, you're going to get so much nature in the busyness of the city, which is so great. And also there are so many free, great activities to do in the park. So this is great for families because you're going to have a lot of free things that you can do in the park. Parking is also free inside the park as well, which is always nice. There's a whole bunch of playgrounds. There's a free zoo. They even have a free train that kids love and that you can go all around the park in. So there is so much to do. So this is a great place for families especially. Well, that wraps up our pros and cons of the neighborhood of Hyde Park. As you can see, there is so many more pros than cons, which is why this is one of my favorite neighborhoods in the city of Toronto. We hope you enjoyed today's videos of the pros and cons. If you did, leave a like right now on this video and leave a comment down below. Let us know what you think about Hyde Park. And if you're thinking about making that move to Toronto, definitely click on the link down below. Fill out our call form so that we can set up a call to make that smooth move for Toronto for you. If you want to see more videos of downtown neighborhoods, then you're definitely going to want to see this video next. And until next time, see you around the city and God bless.